What up, y'all? I'm swinging on a swing right now. That's a lot of fun. So my last video, I talked about INTJs and kind of how I view them and how my friendships with them in the past have been. And it seems like was some interest in that topic. So based on the comments that I saw, and I had a back and forth with some people in a positive way, not like an argument or anything, but I was talking to a couple INTJs, it looks like, and based off of those conversations, I kind of understood more about how I felt about INTJs and how I relate to them, and kind of understood the relationships that I have with them a little better just by having those quote unquote conversations. I feel like the reason why I kind of wanted to expand on it, the reason why I feel like INTJs and INFJs connect really well is because I mentioned that someone asked on Twitter to comment what is one word that describes you, and for me I wrote curious, because I thought about it for maybe 5 minutes. I was just what is the right word? I feel like saying creative is kind of I don't know, it just feels kind of pretentious to me, although I do see myself as a person that loves art and just to make stuff and make art all the time is what I love to do, really, outside of just learning about life. And I found that I'm just I thought about it, I'm just a really curious person. I feel like that's, at the end of the day, that's really what I am. I'm trying to understand everything and trying to understand everything that I'm interested in. Even things that I might not even take interest in, I might be curious about too, just because I just want to find out. I just want to know. And when I found out about my Enneagram, which was, I think, 5-wing 4 or 4-wing 5, it could be either or, which would make me kind of a person that just is curious about everything and wants to be unique and has this great fear of being like everybody else. That's kind of one of my greatest fears. And sometimes it kind of answers why my behavior might be sometimes a little bit out of the norm, I guess, in some good ways and also a lot of bad ways. Something just fell out of the tree. I think a bird is not liking what I'm talking about. Man, it's getting really cold out here too. I forgot what point I was trying to make. But anyway, I guess the main point was that INTJs are also, so this is my point. INTJs are also very curious people, but in a different way. And so I think what makes INTJs and INFJs connect is both having that intense curiosity that I think that introverted, intuitive types have. Even the INTPs, I would include that, and also ENTPs. We just have this intense curiosity, which is why we all connect in that way. And I wouldn't say that same thing about INFPs or ENFPs or ENFJs, or even ENFJs. They don't, when I come across those types, I don't get this feeling that they're super curious about everything, And I'm not saying all types are the same. I'm saying just based off of the interactions that I've had personally, I just feel I didn't feel that, okay? But with INTJs, I do feel that. And that's why their curiosity of who I am as a person, and I think INTJs strive to be curious about other human beings because, the mechanical and the technical and just the practical, I think INTJs get that down pretty good, and then they start to get curious about human beings, which is something that they're not particularly like natural at. Like, but I've actually met INTJs who are more understanding of human beings than I am, like really honestly. And so yeah, that's kind of a little tangent, but I think the intense curiosity of both types helps us connect. So like INTJ is curious about the INFJ, wants to learn more about human beings, more about psychology and sociology. And then the INFJ is also curious about the INTJ and what kind of thoughts that they have and what kind of intuitions that they have about the world. Because in some ways it's actually very similar. It's both like understanding the world around them. But the INFJ recognizes, like from my experience, I've recognized that when I meet an INTJ, their intuitions about the world are slightly different. It's like a much more logical perspective that is also highly philosophical and gets into the kind of the spiritual realm as well. But it's different. It's really hard to explain. It's just different, but really like just hard to explain. Because I don't think it's focused on people per se, but INFJs are focused on people. So the perspective usually ends up in some sort of sociological, like bigger picture kind of perspective for the INFJ, I believe. But yeah, I think that's how the INTJ and the INFJ connect, is like having that basis or that grounds for connection, which is the curiosity, like I've mentioned. But yeah, I titled my last video, INTJs are fascinating, but I didn't really go too much into that. So as much as I thought I did when I was titling it. So given that I've gotten good response from INTJs, I just kind of was a bit nervous about that, because I was like, oh, what if INTJs think I'm just, I'm just pandering, or, I'm just saying these nice things because this is what INTJs like to hear, and he just wants INTJs to like him. I didn't want that, so I wasn't trying to like, butter their biscuits. I like that. Butter their biscuit. I like that saying. I'm talking a little fast because I'm kind of cold out here actually too, but also I'm looking out to see if there's anybody who's staring at me and wants to attack me, because I'm a paranoid person. Ever since the whole breakout of 2020, I've been super paranoid, because people look at me and they're like, oh, does he have the cooties that gets me coughing a lot or something? I'm trying to avoid censorship. That's what I'm trying to do. For a while I was like, fuck it, like I don't care if I get censored, like I'll just say whatever I want. But it doesn't do me any good if I'm just like going out guns a-blazing, just trying to like, trying to catch me some censorship. It doesn't make any sense, because I'm not going to be helping anybody if I'm censored. So I'm trying to tiptoe my way around these restrictions. But anyway, I will say things that I like about INTJs, more things. Like INTJs, like they have okay, so this is something that I've observed. Like INTJs have this screening process that I believe, this is just my theory. I don't know this for sure. I've never asked INTJ, but this is my theory of INTJs. I believe that they have a very, very strict screening process, and they, right off the bat, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care if you don't like them. They don't care if you don't agree with what they say. I mean, of course they care, but like not as much as other human beings. That's what's different about INTJs. Maybe they don't care at all. I don't know. I've never asked. But my theory is that they have this screening process where they say exactly what they feel to see if you can handle it. And they'll tell you something and say something, regardless of how you would feel about it, regardless of your response to it, to see how you respond to it. If you can take it, they will continue. If you can't take it, they don't bother, I don't believe. Because at the end of the day, I think INTJs know that by being nice to you, right? Like by saying nice things to you, like a lot of INTJs do actually. We say what you like to hear because we want things to be peaceful and we want things to go well. And so we're kind of nice to you, right? But INTJs, they won't bother. And so if you can't handle it, the INTJ just knows that you're out. But at the end of the day, deep down, I think INTJs are really just, they are really caring towards other people. And they do have that soft spot, and they do have that care for other people. And this doesn't really come out at all. And the screening process is to eliminate people that won't understand or won't really jive well with the INTJ. And so to be that vulnerable with them, like INTJs, to be vulnerable as an INTJ is something that is out of the question. Sorry, the last minute of me talking was really jumbled because there was two people walking by and I got kind of like flustered. Again, the FE. The INTJ, if he was making a video or she, probably would not even flinch. But yeah, I think the screening process is to eliminate people that won't understand this straightforwardness, won't understand this like lack of emotion, so that they don't have to open up to you. They don't have to really open up to you with their theories, their thoughts, their emotions, because there's no point. Like you can't even connect on that level, then there's no point for that INTJ. But if you can be real with them, if you can open up and be real, right? If you can be your real self, which is what an INTJ does, then everything we say is not waste of time. It's not bullshit, right? Now everything that we're saying, every conversation that we're having is moving towards something that's productive, because I think that's what the INTJ strives for, is productivity. They want to be productive and they want to say and do what's right and for themselves and other people. Because like I said, like deep down they have this care for other people at the end of the day, because they're just trying to help other people when they share their theories, when they try to have an argument with you, when they are sharing what they truly believe. This is why it's important for them to be relentless with their point of views, relentless with what they truly feel and think, believe. I hope that makes sense. And this is something that I really admire about INTJs, because I know deep down that INTJs really do care about other people, even though this screening process makes it appear as if they don't care about other people, but they really do. That's my theory. INTJs, if you don't agree, please comment and please correct me if I'm wrong. This is just my theory. But anyway, I'm freezing my ass off here, so I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.